Welcome back to another episode of the More Muse podcast.
What's
Today
happening?
we have Miss BlackAphillyated herself. Welcome to the show, Dymond.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good to have you.
Doing good. It's great to have you on our show today. We're just gonna jump right to it. So, tell our viewers about where you're from and who you are.
My name is Dymond. I go by Dymond Alexis, and I'm from Kinston, North Carolina. Shout out to the 252.
25.
So I started here. I used to do interviews out here actually for the newspaper at my high school, and then I went out to Philly and started BlackAphillyated, and then went from there.
That's what's up. What led you into the journalism industry?
I like writing. And one of my teachers was like, so why don't you try journalism? I was just trying to figure out what I wanted to do while I was in high school. I was trying to get a head start. But I found that out like 9th grade. He gave me my first real article in 10th grade. And then it started from there. And then I was able to start my own section in the newspaper. So I had an entertainment section. And my first artist, I think you know 3Z. That was my first artist ever to interview. And it just went from there, and it like really encouraged me. I was like, wow, people really like my writing and what I'm talking about. So it definitely inspired me to want to do my own thing.
That's what's up. So just fast forward a little bit. What inspired you to start BlackAphillyated, and how did you take that high school experience to start there?
So I went to school at Temple in Philly, and it wasn't a blog there that was highlighting a lot of the artists that was coming up. And around that time, like Little Uzi was starting, PNB Rock, like was a lot of the people that's popping now starting. And I was like, dang, I don't have a source for news or anything here. And I wanted to start something for Black people, so it started as Black Empire. And one day I was just like chilling in my room with my friends, and I was like, dang, BlackAphillyated, like that sounds cool. Like I knew I wanted to be about Philly somehow, Black people, and that's how that came. We were just chilling in a dorm, and it just came like that.
That's dope,
yeah.
I fuck with it. So what do you consider yourself like on the social media realm? Like, do you consider yourself an influencer or what?
Yeah, it's crazy because I myself been trying to figure out like, dang, what do I call myself? Like, what am I? Everybody be having a little title. So I have decided to call myself a digital architect and an influencer.
Okay. I like that.
And I say the digital architect part because now I'm starting to work with different people, growing their engagement and their audience on their pages. And I just feel like I'm good at forming things and creating it in a digital aspect. So I feel like I'm a little bit more than an influencer, but I'm trying to get in that world too. But we'll get into that.
Right.
But I am definitely trying to get into the influencer world. It's two different things though. That's a whole different thing with the content creation and stuff. But I feel like with the digital part and marketing, I definitely mastered that aspect.
What do you think is the hardest part about content creating and being consistent?
Definitely the consistent part. That
okay.
Because and that's why I started honestly now, because I'm turning into a content creator influencer. I have to record in my day, like literally like all day. I just have to record if I get inspired. I just record it just so I can have it. But it's definitely having good content that's gonna make people want to keep looking at you. Consistency and just relevant. Like you might think a video is good and it's not, and you post it and then people don't like it. So of course that part in your head, but definitely consistency and just making the content every day. That's probably like one of the most hardest parts. But once you get over that, it becomes easy because it's in your lifestyle now.
Right. It's all about creating a habit about it, I guess. I think that's for new content creators or for like people coming up, I think that's one of the biggest things that they struggle with that I know I'm struggling with right now. It's like always feeling like I want to be on social media because sometimes it feels like, dang, I don't want to always just be on social media, but you have to keep a consistency and build traction. What tools do you use for your content creation?
So I like to use like this app called InShot, and I seen that's like one of the top apps for influencers, but I use that just for like content anyway, just editing. But that's really one of my like tools that I use, Adobe Spark. I tell people to use that all the time because like if you're not as creative or like can put the stuff together, like it already got stuff there for you. So yeah, I just use that. But I've always been an Adobe girl. Like even in high school, I learned how to use like Photoshop. So like that's like my little thing that I like to use.
So what do you think is some things that contributed to your success with BlackAphillyated?
Definitely the positivity. Like, you know, I feel like now when a lot of people are starting blogs and stuff, they want to go straight to like the entertainment news, and that's cool. But I used to spin things. Like one thing, like Kevin Hart, like the situation when he cheated on his wife, something that we said made it a little bit more positive, and it turned to him like retweeting us. And same with like other celebrities. So honestly, that was really the part where that made us stand out and helped us grow was the positivity, like in the blog. And we used to just talk about people in a different light than a shade room or something.
Right. You spoke on the shade room a little bit. I guess you kind of set yourself aside from the shade room, being a little different.
Yeah, and
they are kind of petty because
they are, and it's crazy because that's why right now I'm about to, I guess I can announce it now. I've been kind of like on a hush, but we're about to.
Is this an exclusive?
We got an exclusive.
Is this an exclusive?
Exclusive.
Okay.
So BlackAphillyated is about to change into a whole different thing. We're turning into a magazine, and as of right now, I don't know if BlackAphillyated is going to still be the name. So yeah, we've been in the talks on this in almost a year, back and forth, trying to figure it out. One day my mentor just called me. This was actually like 2 weeks ago and was like, girl, I think you should change your name. And I was like, what? And I've been in the process of developing that, still rebranding. So we was already rebranding into a whole other thing. Changing this aspect because I really don't like how it turned into. So like my page deleted about 2 years ago, randomly. I had my Instagram page just recently deleted. I didn't know what happened. And that was when it was more just about artists, up and coming people, things like that. When I got a new page, everything changed. The people I had on the team wasn't posting things that I per se agree with, but I just let it go on because I knew I had to build it back up. So starting the second page, it was never nothing that I wanted. It was all just like, okay, let me keep the name together. Let me keep doing stuff. But in reality, I wasn't happy with how it was going. So I've been in like limbo. I changed the name for like 2 years. But now it's about to happen. So can't announce the fully, but yeah, it's about to change. And we're about to definitely take back over on a whole nother game and just my lane.
Right.
I don't want to be put in a lane. This is my lane, and I don't want to be compared to nobody else. I just want to create and do me.
I can respect that.
Is it more about you wanting to be more positive and trying to? Is that more about what you're trying to go with?
Yeah, I hate because everybody literally compares us to the shade room, and I hate it because that's nothing that I wanted to be. I never wanted to be a shade room, and no shade to them, but I never wanted to do that. I want to highlight people and what they're doing and just what they're doing. I don't care who Kodak Black is about to get married to, you know what I'm saying? But I care that he just released a song, the girl just released a song. Stuff like that. Like I want to just highlight more on what people are doing instead of like their personal life, because at the end of the day, that's outside, like it is what it is. And I feel like the focus on music and the art has just left. Like we don't have source that shows us the new videos or anything. Like we literally got to be on it ourselves. Right. Like who dropped this week? Like I literally got to go find it instead of it used to be in our face. But I just want to get back to that type of aspect in news and entertainment and just bring that back where we just care about the art instead of who they dating, who they been with. Like that really don't matter. And we're just losing the focus on the art. And that's why we just, to me, like celebs, it's just not the same anymore. We are celebs at the end of the day at this point. Like, what are we doing? Like, sometimes you have to chill and just sit back and like just reflect. Like, I really had to take a break off social media. That's what you said. I had to take a break off social media. And I had to take a break more so for myself. I've been just taking breaks like in the last, I had my son almost 3, he's about to be 3. So in the last 3 years, honestly, I've been taking breaks for me. Like, so I know that I'm good at the end of the day because Like at the end, you be doing all this stuff, but you gotta check on yourself and make sure that you're good. So like I just want to say, if you ever, you gotta take a break from social media, it's literally okay. Like they're gonna be fine and they're gonna be back once you start posting again. Because every time I go take a break, people be like, oh, like I took a break one time, it was like 8 months. I ain't even gonna lie, I didn't post on social media. People was like started texting me like, yo, you good? Like I'm like, yeah, I'm just literally living a carefree life right now. Like I don't have to post, and I felt good. And I had I got complacent in that point one time. Like, damn, I feel too good. Like, do I even want to go back into the industry? Because I was about to quit, be done with BlackAphillyated 2020. I was about to be done with all of this. So I just want a regular life and just be regular again. But I just feel like this is not me. Like I'm already in it. Might as well just go.
Right.
Too deep in now.
For real. So yeah, I just had to, hone into myself, take a break for a little bit, but I'm feeling better and I'm just excited for the rest of this year.
Just sticking on the BlackAphillyated social media kind of conversation, you've been talked about and kind of recognized by people like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and a lot of other superstars, Marlon Wayans, P&B Rock. Who was your favorite interviewee that you had, and who were some other notable people that you've interviewed?
My favorite interview was with Vivica Fox, honestly. Like that was like my favorite interview. Like
that was recent, right?
That was recent, yeah.
Okay,
that's dope.
That's lit.
Yeah, she was really dope. And it was like around the time where they thought she had COVID. So like she started crying. Like me and her had like a whole moment. It was crazy. And she was real. Like I could tell that she was real. So the craziest one was recent too with Lisa Ray. Like I've had a few.
Oh, you did Lisa Ray.
I did not know her full name was Lisa Ray. I don't know why I thought her first name was Lisa and like middle name. I don't know, but Lisa Ray. And she told me if I call her Lisa one more time, she was gonna strangle me. I said, oh, okay. Like, I was like, let me get this. Honestly, that was the end of the interview. After that, I was like, we done talked 25 minutes. All right. I got what I said. I had to get out, but it was cool though. Like she was honestly like cool the whole time until that part. But Vivica Fox and then Suki, I would say her too because like I was her first interview, so like it was like just her first time, and to see her grow from like how she was then to now, like it's like really dope.
Yeah, she be wilding.
She definitely
she be wilding like a motherfucker.
She do, but you know what though? That's her. Like how other like, damn, is that how they really act? No, that's her. And at least she like, she herself. That's one thing I can say. And then she getting back into herself musically, and that's what I really wanted her to show people. Like she really can rap and she could sing. She could do all of that, and she be kind of like playing herself short. And like she's really dope.
That's what's up. What's the biggest thing you've learned from being around a number of celebrities?
That we all are the same. That's what I learned. When I first met my first celeb, I think it was like K Michelle, I was all hype. And now I'm like, we really are the same people. They just got more money, more status than us, really.
Right.
So it just really made me see like, oh wow, I can get to that point too. Like it just made me open my eyes more. And just showed me like I'm the same. Like, before I used to look at celebs like, oh my gosh, like Nikki. I ain't gonna lie, when I first, honestly though, I'm a fangirl for her forever. Like I'm a diehard Nicki fan, so I ain't gonna lie. Like when I seen her, I saw her like 2 years ago. I cried. Like that was probably the only person I cried for. But other than that, he just showed me that they regular people too, and that's why I was more positive on BlackAphillyated too, because I was like, dang, I don't want people. I don't want people talking about me like that in the blog. So that's why I wanted to do my own thing too. Like I can spin it or whatever. Right. But I don't want people talking about me like that. So why would I want to talk about somebody else in a negative like standpoint? I don't want nobody talking about me like that. But yeah, just show me that they real people.
How do you plan on getting to that level? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
Man, it's crazy that you said that because I was literally just, saying that to myself, like, what do I had to hone it back in. So I always wanted to be like my own person, like have my own thing, like a Beyonce. When you think of Beyonce, you think of her, everything that she's done, and she got her own lane. Oprah, one name. Jay-Z, you think of things. When people say Dymond, that's what I want. I want people to think of all of the stuff that I've done. Like, dang, I remember when she did that. Dang, I remember she did that. Or dang, I like this campaign she did. Like, I want people to think of my name like that. So I just was recently trying to figure out, like, okay, so how am I going to get to that point? And it's just going to be in my work and my craft and really being me. You know, I was talking about my like journalist friends and seeing them doing all these interviews, and I was like, dang, like why I ain't do that? Why I ain't do that? And it's because it wasn't my time. Like I need to sit and observe and get my interviewing all of that back up again, and just really like humble myself, think about things in a different light. But yeah, just making a name for myself and being one of the greats. I really want to be like Oprah and Lala, but Dymond. The same thing.
I respect that.
Yeah.
So in the next 5 years, I really see myself having my own talk show, reality show.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see myself doing that, or if it's not on TV, like me having my own thing. That's why that's what we're doing now too. But it's gonna be like a reality show coming soon on YouTube. But yeah.
So
you got a name for it?
Probably the Dymond Alexis show. I just changed my TikTok name to Dymond Life, so it's either gonna be in between the Dymond Alexis show or
the Dymond Life is real like catchy.
Yeah,
it sounds perfect for a show.
Like that, okay. It's like a ring to it. So
right.
The Dymond Life then, but yeah, that's my TikTok name right now.
I rock with it.
So look, so you said 5 years from now you want to have your own show and everything. So if you look back, say you went in 5 years now, you looking back to today, what's the number one thing you would say that you wish or that you did do that made you, you know what I'm saying, stand out the most, or that pushed you the most?
You know what? I would say that I would have changed something, but honestly, I feel like everything happened for a reason with my story, and I was able to get that stuff done because that's how that in that amount of time. Because I think I went to college in 2018. I partied that year. I really started in 2019. No, I graduated. No, I went to college 2014. Started in 2015. So in that amount of time, probably like 2-3 years, like I was able to go to the Grammys and all this different stuff. And I just feel like it was supposed to happen like that. And after that, I chilled because I had my son. And I was like, dang, if I didn't work that hard, like in those 2 years, like none of that would have happened. But I was just working, and I feel like the only thing I probably would have told myself is to wrap it up. So I love my son. But other than that, I wouldn't change a thing. Like, everything is a learning lesson for me. More so branding, like making sure, like, I got the passwords tight, because honestly, after the first page, like, it made me I can't have a lot of people on the page no more. I had too many people. So I guess everything is just a learning lesson for me. Don't be taking people pictures off the internet too. I done got sued.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's like some things just happen. I take it as a learning lesson, and it is what it is. And I don't change anything. I'm just glad that I learned those lessons back then. So now I can go full force. Like, now I know what I need to do. And it's like, dang, BlackAphillyated was like a practice run for me. And now it's time for me to like really go hard.
So I guess just trying to go in a little deeper, you're a mom, of course, like you said, congratulations.
Thanks.
So how do you manage being a mother and a full-time career at the same time? Like, how do you juggle that?
Man, I don't even know. Like, I just feel like every day I'm learning something new. And like the first 3 years has been definitely a learning process, just learning about feelings and people and kids even more. Like, I'm learning how to like really be patient with a child and teach him, and like it's just a lot of things that I learned, and it just made me just like look at life differently. So I just, every day is different for me. But now I'm learning how to just make everything adjustable for my new life. So, like, this is my new life now. So I just had to adjust everything. And that's why I was in the mood like, okay, I got to change BlackAphillyated because it don't fit my life anymore. Like, talking about current things all the time. Like, I literally don't have time to be on my phone all day with a 2-year-old. Like, I mean, I get a few hours in a day to be on my phone, but I can't be on my phone looking to see everything. it's just not going to work for me no more. So I just had to change everything in my life to make it adjust and make it work for me.
So that sounds like growth to me.
Thanks.
Yeah, it really does. It really shows how it really shows how you have really stepped in and embraced who you are and not trying to hold on to something in the past and trying to be who you're not. Like, you're just trying to embrace all who you have become, so that's always good to see.
Yeah, I'm just thankful because in the last, I keep saying the last 3 years, but it's really been rough for me. And just to keep everything going, I'm just really proud just to be here, to still be able to talk with y'all, because honestly, I was in a dark, weird space. And now y'all hear about postpartum, that stuff is real. I didn't know none of that stuff. And I was just saying, my life was really good before and afterwards. I had my son. I really learned what reality is, and I've seen a lot of stuff differently. And in the last 2 years, I just learned so many lessons that now I just feel like I can accomplish and conquer anything, because I done went through it all at this point. It's like, what else? What else you got to lose?
Right.
Growth, but definitely was a lot.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel like people don't really talk about that. Somebody said that on their journey up, they don't really talk about things that they went through, and you really do got to talk about that, because we all go through these things. Being broke. Right. I was just saying, I remember when my first time going to the Grammys, not the Grammys, that was even crazy, but the BET Awards, I literally had 150 going out to LA, but I ain't let that stop me. I made sure I had enough to get my ticket. And I was good. When I got there, I didn't even know my manager who worked for Sony this time. Her name was Tiana. Shout out to her. She the head of Apple at her R&B and rap, head of Apple. She made sure I was good, made sure I had somewhere to stay. And I'm like, damn, if I wouldn't have went out there on a limb, I wouldn't have never got that experience. I got hella drops and stuff on that. But sometimes you just gotta go. You might not have it all, you might not have it, but sometimes you just gotta take a chance and go out on your dreams. And that's definitely one thing I did a lot.
Them words alone was inspiring, you know what I'm saying? Somebody listen to this now, that's what I needed to hear, and now I'm about to go do what I need to do.
Yeah.
That bag go to Atlanta.
Do it. I'm all about even now, even with my son, my cousin used to be like that, because that's why now I can have 1,000. I can flip it or do whatever with it, because I done had nothing. So I done been to the point where I had literally zero, but made a way. But you literally just gotta have a goal, write it down, and just be like, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna go to Atlanta, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z when I get out there, and had this amount of money. I meet people so I can get discounts, flights cheap, all of that. So at the end of the day, that's cutting the cost. So I just try to cut the cost and do as much as I can in that time span, because you just never know, either who you can meet at that point, or I know outside not open, but once events start popping up, you gotta really just go and do what you need to do. I just never let nothing stop me. For the Grammys, my family was like, you better not go. I was 6 or 7 months pregnant, and I was like, okay. And I went. And I think it was another event T.I. I was pushing it with this one. I was 38 weeks. I was pushing it with that one though. I shouldn't. But I ended up meeting T.I. and he wasn't even pressed to meet nobody. He was on some. I know T.I. going through this thing now. I love T.I. But yeah, he was pressing to meet nobody. Mariah Lynn came and noticed me. Monroe James. It was other people that noticed who I was, and I was oh shit.
So how do you gain access to BET Awards and Grammys? It's really just about who you know?
Yeah, and applying. But lately, and I think that's why I've been in my field, because I'm damn, I missed out on hella opportunities, and all I had to do was reach out to the person. And that's really only who you know. I've been seeing, and that's why I don't ever get discouraged about numbers. That should not matter. One of this girl I know, her blog probably has not even 100 followers. And she just interviewed, I forgot who, but it was somebody big. And one of my friends, his is the same way. He just interviewed Carrie Hilson. And it's because they know the publicist.
That's what's up.
So it's really on, this whole world is about who you know, unfortunately.
I've been trying to tell you.
Unfortunately, but that's what it is. With the Vivica interview, that happened because her publicist asked me to do something a year ago. and I did it, and then she hit me up on that. That led to Shirley Ralph after that. The publicist that booked me for Vivica left, but they still had my contact, and she seen I did that one, and then it went to another one. Mm-hmm. So all of the interviews this past year definitely been on like who I know. But when I first started Black Affiliate, I was definitely emailing them. I was driving. Like, I really didn't. I just, whoever said, yeah, all right, bet. Like, it's crazy. I had a chance to interview the baby before he flew. And I was pregnant, though. And I was like, dang, I'm going to have to, I can't do it. Like, I was pushing it. I was already 38 weeks. It was like around that week. And Pretty V, she's another one. Like, I had a chance.
Oh, Pretty V. She's actually from this area.
I thought so. Or like,
yeah. She St. All, right?
She something over there with St. All, because I know a mutual connection.
Yeah, I figured she was from out here, because they was telling me to come to Charlotte, and I was like, dang, I was in Philly at the time. Those are two people I wish I would have, got then, but
it's never too late.
Right. Yeah. And you may have another opportunity. Better opportunity on a larger stage, larger platform. So you never know.
That is true, because that's what happened with That's what happened with Vivica. Like, I couldn't interview her one time, like last 2 years ago or something. Like, I didn't get like accepted or whatever. So I was like, oh wow, this happened. Oh yeah, that is true.
But maybe if you could interview anybody right now, any artist, you have access to anybody.
Dead or alive.
Okay, can I do 3?
Yeah. Okay.
That's even better.
Right now, definitely Coi Leray. I really like her, and I really want to like talk with her just on how she positioned this song "No More Parties," because I feel like she just did this so perfectly. Like, every artist should just look at that. Her, Drake.
Okay.
I love Drake.
I feel that.
Of course you do, nigga.
Drake, and then you going number 1 interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Drake. I wrote my senior paper on Drake. I wrote hella shit on Drake. Like, I just looked at his whole story. Like, I feel like that would be really dope.
Who's the bigger Drake fan?
And third one, definitely Nicki Minaj. But when I interview her, I wanted to be on some like sit down. Like, I know I'm gonna interview her, but I wanted to be like on some sit down, because I'm gonna tell y'all this story. So I had a chance to meet her, right? I have been commenting on her pictures and all of that. I told her I'm a diehard Nicki fan. Telling her I was gonna be at this event. Long story short, I'm there. I was getting into every little part. I don't even know how. Me and her like had the same type of dress on. Like, it was an all-white party. I had a gold silver dress. She had on this like black sequins dress. It was crazy. So I'm just like getting into all the places, and my baby dad texted me on some crazy stuff, and I left. Right?
Oh, man.
He outside afterwards though. Outside afterwards for a whole hour and a half. Like, it's like she was waiting for me to come, and I feel like I fumbled it. So I want to talk to her about that moment. Like, sis, like, I know you understand like what was going on at that time, but I can't wait to have that moment with her.
To explain.
Shout out to Nicki. She need that interview.
I do. Because after that, she didn't show me love for like, oh no lie, y'all, 2 years. Like, she was liking pictures on BlackAphillyated like this. Like, it was like, she didn't show me love for like 2 years. And then I saw her in like when she dropped the Queen album, and I drove up to New York again, and she like liked one of my comments or something. I was like, oh, okay, we cool again. But definitely, like, I would definitely be on some fangirl. Like, but I just want to know her process on, like, I mean, she really was running the game for 10 years straight.
10 years straight. That shit wild.
For real. Like,
that's wild.
Other female, like, it was like females coming, but like now it's an influx. Like, female rappers are popping right now, but no lie, like, nobody can say that Nicki wasn't running it. Like, she really was.
She definitely was.
let me ask you this. Since you know a little musical, whatever. So, who you got? Nicki Minaj or Lil Kim?
I knew somebody was gonna say it. I was thinking it, but
you know what? And I'm not gonna say this because I'm a Nicki fan. I'm saying Nicki, and I'm saying that because, okay, Kim started it. Everybody's influenced by somebody. Yeah. Everybody is, but Nicki carried it. Like, she literally carried it until and she still, I mean, she still is. Like, she inspired so many girls. Like, that's the difference between Kim and Nicki. Yeah, Kim had the bars, she had the style, but Nicki gravitated it and took it and then evolved into something totally different. And like, I mean, yeah. But music wise, bars, like, yeah, definitely Kim. She was more explicit though. Like Nicki just talk about things and not be so like verbally like sexual. Like she could say it in a different way where kids, everybody could listen. It could be played on pop, everything. Like she just really crossed over and took rap to another level to me.
Agree.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you some questions. You're gonna have 5 seconds to answer them, so it's gonna be real quick. Are you ready?
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Are you a daytime person or are you a night person?
Night, daytime.
Which one?
Daytime.
All right. Do you consider yourself a R&B fanatic or are you a hip hop fanatic?
R&B.
When you take showers, do you prefer it to be cold water or hot water?
Hot water.
See, everybody say that. Y'all be in there with them burning showers. Y'all know cold showers good for you too.
Amen. Sauna.
Hey, you gotta have a little bit of both. I gotta have both.
If you real,
For your hair.
If you real,
yeah. For my body, I need it to be steaming hot. If I don't see the steam, it's not for me. Like I need it to be fogged up.
Hell no, I can't be that damn hot.
That's why I gotta take showers by myself. That's it.
All right, so if you could choose one place in the world to travel to right now today, where would you go?
I would go to Lagos. I have a lot of fans in Lagos. Like people be like messaging me from Lagos. So I feel like it would just be like a lot of love when I go there.
What's your favorite color?
Purple.
And why is that?
Royalty.
Okay. Hey, that's a great answer.
Take me to the king vibes. I feel
right.
All right. Say you in a party. What you doing? You smoking or you drinking?
Definitely smoking.
Okay.
Hey.
If you could choose an era that had been born in 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, which one would you choose and why?
60s. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I feel like I belong in the 90s era. Like, I feel like even I was born in, I wanted to like, you know,
be an
adult.
adult.
Be an adult in the 90s.
Yeah, I would have loved to be in my 20s in the 90s.
I think I would have been super lit in the 90s.
Oh yeah, you'd have found me somewhere with a one of them colorful jumpsuits on.
I'm telling you,
I'm telling you.
You would have seen me with an Adidas suit on and a flat top.
Doing the Running Man.
Yeah. If you could have dinner with 5 people, who would it be?
Drake, Oprah, Jay-Z, Lala,
Mello coming.
Nicki.
This nigga says Mello coming. You know good well Mello not about to be.
I'm over here like
Lala is not rocking with that man like
And I would invite those people because I just think that they would give me so much wisdom. Like
table full of game.
Like I could just get so much information. I say Drake, like Drake is like that's gonna be my husband. Like I just got really inspired by Dez. No lie, like Dez being with Future just inspired me. Like that's gonna be a dream again. So I'm just gonna say it. But yeah, Drake's gonna be my man at the table and then everybody. We had dinner with them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I fuck with it.
It's the faces when I say it though. That's what cracks me up. No lie, look, I'm in a hairdresser one day. I'm like, yeah, like we were talking about marriage. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna wait on marriage. You know, I'm just gonna wait for Drake. And they was like, and my hairdresser, I've been saying this for years. So for her, she was just like, you know, that's what she said. And it was like Drake. I'm like, yeah, you know Drake, right? The artist. I'm talking about the same one y'all saying.
You gotta manifest it.
Hey, so you know, we going big. We going big for the goals. Like, you know, whatever you want.
It had never rained before Noah built that ark. It might look crazy, might sound crazy.
That's right, though.
Go ahead, Rev.
Right.
It was the sermon for the day, nigga.
Yeah. The sermon ready for the ball.
Hands up.
It's been so fun kicking it with Dymond Alexis today, Miss BlackAphillyated.
Hey.
Make sure you all go follow them on Instagram at BlackAphillyated. You can find it in the link below. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.
Gang.